students. In previous video, we have discussed about Supreme Court judge qualification and what is the time period for that. Okay. In this video, we are going to discuss about the what powers and jurisdiction which is given to the Supreme Court judges by the Constitution of India. Okay. So, first the Supreme Court of India possesses more powers and has a vast jurisdiction in comparison to any other country of the world. Okay. Here, note that type of power is not given to the American court also, or judges also. Okay. So, the jurisdiction or power given to the Supreme Court judges is a very immense. This jurisdiction can be divided into original jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction and advisory jurisdiction. Okay. So, there is three types of jurisdiction. First is the original, second is the appellate and third is the advisory jurisdiction. So, first original jurisdiction. What is included in this original jurisdiction? So, when a court has a power to directly give judgment after hearing a case, such power known as the original jurisdiction. Okay. When the person or some organizations file a writ in the Supreme Court, then they have a power to give a direct judgment after hearing a case. Then this type of power is known as the original jurisdiction, and the Supreme Court has the power to make decision regarding the case which no other court has. Okay. And this type of power is only given to the Supreme Court of India, not any other court. Under this jurisdiction, the following parties should be involved whose conflict are resolved by the Supreme Court. Okay. What is the jurisdiction or power under given the original jurisdiction? So, first it has the power to settle the dispute between the government of India and one or more states. Okay. The dispute arise related to the division of workload between government of India and one or more state. This kind of dispute has been solved by the Supreme Court. Second, it has the power of resolving difference of opinion, fights or conflict between the government of India and one or more state on the other side and one or more state others. Okay. Means what? The difference of opinion which is arise between the government of India, means here they written that in one side government of India and other side one or more state. Means what? Government versus state. Okay. Here what happened? On the one side there is a government of India and one or more state, and on the other side one or more state. Means what? Government of India plus state versus other states. Okay. Second, and third, it has complete power to give judgment regarding fights or quarrels between state. Okay. First, government on the other side, on the second side there is only one or more state. In the second provision, in the one side government of India and state and versus the other state. In the third, the dispute arises between the state is also solved by the Supreme Court. Fourth, the Supreme Court has the right to give judgment concerning any set of union government or constitutionality. Okay. Any constitutional related problems, judgment is also given by the Supreme Court. It has the power to protect and preserve the fundamental rights of the citizen of India. Okay. It has also a power to protect and preserve the FM, fundamental right, which is given to the every citizen of India. Moreover, it is empowered to issue of habeas corpus, mandamus or order of prohibition. Okay, habeas corpus, mandamus or order of prohibition. This is the one type of writ from. While getting the help with this, you can file a petition in a Supreme Court, which is given in article number 32. Okay. So this is included in the original jurisdiction of a Supreme Court. What is not included in the jurisdiction of a Supreme Court? So the dispute related to the river waters. Okay, the dispute related to river waters between state. Okay, means here one state, here 2 or 3 state and other side state. Some states means what? One state one side and other side there is a 2 or 3 more states. Okay, so a separate water tribunal gives judgment. Okay, in this regard there is no jurisdiction given to the Supreme Court to solve out this kind of a water problem. Okay, so there is some separate water tribunal was established, and in this case the judgment of the Supreme Court is final and it cannot be challenged anywhere. They have to be respected by all. Okay, in this regard the judgment given by Supreme Court is full and final, and it cannot be challenged anywhere. Okay, because it is the apex court of India, that's why. Okay, so what is the meaning of original jurisdiction? So जब भी कोई कोर्ट डायरेक्टली केस को हियर सुनने के बाद जजमेंट देती है तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? ओरिजिनल jurisdiction. And this kind of jurisdiction is only given to the Indian courts, Supreme Courts, which no other courts has. Okay, first settle dispute between the government of India and one or more state, means government versus state. Second, on a one side there is a government and some state, and the other side other state. Thirdly, the dispute between the state is also solved out by the Supreme Court. And lastly, Supreme Court has also a right to give a judgment of the any matter related to the Constitution. Okay, but in terms of a water tribunal, there is no power given to the Supreme Court. Okay, there is a separate water tribunal has been established. Next is the appellate jurisdiction. Okay, name suggests that appellate means the person related to the concerned case is already came from a high court or any other courts. Okay, so what appellate jurisdiction said is appellate jurisdiction. 3 types of appeals can be made in the Supreme Court under the appellate jurisdiction. Okay, 3 types of appeals can be made. First, case of a constitutional interpretation. Okay, the case which is related to the constitutional interpretation. Second, appeal against the civil case and appeal against the criminal case. Okay, so first constitutional interpretation case, second appeal against the civil cases, and third is the appeal against criminal cases. All this appeal is heard in a Supreme Court, and this power is given to the Supreme Court under the provision of appellate jurisdiction. So first, any person can approach a Supreme Court against the judgment, order or writ given by the High Court on any case only if a certificate is issued by High Court along with the judgment that the case involves any matter pertaining to the Constitution which has been falsely interpreted or contain any important question of a law. Okay, what they said, कोई भी पर्सन है वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अप्रोच कर सकता है कभी, जब भी एनी order or writ which is given by a high court in itself. Okay, जब भी हाई कोर्ट है वो कोई रिट देती है, कोई भी पर्सन को कि आप सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाओ। क्यों? क्योंकि इन दैट टाइप ऑफ अ केस देयर इज अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इंटरप्रिटेशन इज देयर। ओके, so at that time petitioner can appeal in the Supreme Court, okay, or the certificate is also given by the High Court in that case. Okay, next, if any such certification is not given by the High Court and if the petitioner approached the Supreme Court, then in such circumstances, if the Supreme Court finds that any constitutional right is violated, then it can accept the petitioner's appeal. Okay, what is the, in first point there is a two approach there. First is when a person approach to the Supreme Court, particularly the case with regard to the constitution interpretation, in which the High Court is given some certificate to move to the Supreme Court. But in the second case, what happened? High Court is not giving any types of certificate to the petitioner. Then petitioner, if the petitioner want to approach to the Supreme Court, then what they did? So they have to, when the Supreme Court find that there is a violation of a constitutional right, so then petitioner's appeal is accepted by the Supreme Court. But in any of the circumstances, only the petitioner who is a party in the working of High Court can approach the Supreme Court only under the reason that a false judgment is issued by the High Court or any other court. Okay, what is written is, in any of the circumstances, okay, इन दोनों में से कोई भी circumstances में the person who is working in a High Court कोई पर्सन है वो हाई कोर्ट में काम करता है, they can approach the Supreme Court only under the reason, okay, जो काम करता है वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अप्रोच करेगा। रीज़न क्या है कि हाई कोर्ट ने हमको फॉल्स जजमेंट दिया है, तो ऐसे केस है वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट एक्सेप्ट करती है नहीं। सो व्हाट टाइप ऑफ केस इज एक्सेप्टेड बाय द सुप्रीम कोर्ट? फर्स्ट, in the case containing the interpretation of the constitution. In that case, High Court gave a certificate or issue certificate in which they said that you have to move or you can appeal in the Supreme Court. But in the second case, High Court didn't give any types of a certificate. So in that case, what happened? In the circumstances constitutional, if the Supreme Court feels that there is any types of a violation of a fundamental or constitutional rights is there, then after Supreme Court accept the appeal of the petitioner. Okay, this is the first point, very easy point. Second is a appeal against any civil cases. Okay. Second point, cases related to civil, okay, civil cases. In case of the civil cases, if the High Court certifies that the case involves important question of interpretation of law and that the case holds general importance and it is necessary the Supreme Court should decide, then appeal can be made in the Supreme Court. Okay, what here they said is, if sometimes any civil cases in which High Court certifies that in that case the interpretation of a law is needed and also this case is also general importance, so that Supreme Court should decide that case. Secondly, judgment of any civil cases involving a sum of rupee 1 lakh or more can be challenged in a Supreme Court. Okay, but the condition is any sum of rupee case, in that type of case your amount is more than 1 lakh, then and after you can approach to the Supreme Court. Okay. Thirdly, in case of the criminal cases, if any lower court has acquitted the criminal from a capital punishment and in that case the High Court has given capital punishment to the criminal, then in such circumstances an appeal can be made in the Supreme Court. Okay. क्रिमिनल केसेस के टाइम में कोई भी लोअर कोर्ट ने, सपोज हाई कोर्ट ने कोई क्रिमिनल को कैपिटल पनिशमेंट मीन्स फांसी की सजा दी है, ओके, इन दैट केस व्हाट दे हैपन, दिस केस इज automatically moved to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court can review its own judgment, okay. Supreme Court has a power to review their own judgment. It can transfer cases, okay. Supreme Court also transfer cases. The Parliament can increase the power of the Supreme Court by framing act, okay. Parliament has a power to only increase the power, not decrease, okay. Parliament has no power to decrease the jurisdiction which is given by the Constitution of India. Secondly, third, advisory jurisdiction, okay. In that particular matter, if any bill came to the President after the passing from Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, then if President feel that any particular matter or a question in which from the point of public welfare, President feel that this case needed or sent to the Supreme Court for the consideration, and under this provision President can avail counsel from the Supreme Court, okay. ऐसा कोई भी केस जिसमें प्रेसिडेंट को लगता है कि पब्लिक वेलफेयर का कोई पॉइंट है जिसमें तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास से कंसिडरेशन लेना चाहिए, ऐसे कोर्ट में वो ऐसे टाइप के केस में वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट को सेंड करता है, और आफ्टर दैट सुप्रीम कोर्ट है वो उसको नेसेसरी कंसिडर करना पड़ता है, ओके। और उसी टाइम में वो सिर्फ अपना ओपिनियन दे सकते हैं, लेकिन ये जो मैटर है उसमें प्रेसिडेंट अपना ओपिनियन है वो मान भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी मान सकते हैं, and it is not mandatory for the president to follow the advice, okay. It is not necessary to follow the advice which is given by the Supreme Court, okay. But this is sent for the only the consideration only, and the other powers of the Supreme Court, okay. Supreme Court has a power to review its own judgment, okay, means a judicial review system we have already discussed. Supreme Court has a power to review its own judgment or decision. The Supreme Court can punish for contempt of the court, okay. Supreme Court can punish for the contempt of the court, means कि कोर्ट के सामने कोई भी कुछ बोले तो उसकी सामने भी केस हो सकता है, okay. That power is given by Constitution. Supreme Court has a power to nullify any steps law taken by the executive. We have discussed judicial activism. This right has been given to the President in the Constitution under the provision of right to constitutional remedies. Supreme Court is thus the guardian and the savior of the Constitution and citizen, okay. Blank is the guardian and savior of the Constitution, so answer is the Supreme Court only, okay. Some other provision related to the Supreme Court is, first is the court of record. First is the court of record. So in the court of record is holds an evidential value, means any judgment which is given by the Supreme Court judges is kept as a evidence, okay. And if any times they required any records from the any court, then is presented and no objection can be taken against it, okay. Next, the judgment and the decision of the Supreme Court are considered as a permanent documents and all are bound to accept it, okay. What they said, the decision and the judgment of the Supreme Court is considered as a permanent document, okay. means no one can nullify it, and it is also bound for all to accept it. Okay. They are used as a reference. Okay. This court of record or this evidence of the particular decision or judgment is used as a reference by the subordinate court while giving any judgment or decision. Any court showing is contempt or disapproval can be punished. कोई भी कोर्ट ने इसको डिसअप्रूवल किया तो उसको पनिश कर सकता है, ये पावर अंडर द कोर्ट ऑफ रिकॉर्ड विच इज गिवन टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. ओके. So in this video we have totally completed about the power of Supreme Court. First we have discussed the appellate jurisdiction, first original jurisdiction, then appellate jurisdiction in which the constitution case, second case related to the civil, and third is a case for the criminal cases, third is the advisory jurisdiction, and fourth is the court of a record. Okay. In next lecture we will discuss about high court. Okay. This is the end of our video.